Good day, Terry here from Bluestone Financial. Thank you for tuning in. We believe our message today is of utmost importance for investors, so again, thank you for tuning in. Many of us have rich childhood memories of watching that wonderful movie, The Wizard of Oz. We can easily recall Dorothy's fateful words, "Toto, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore." Well, reality is we're not in the same financial world anymore. We are living in a world of near zero interest rates. No matter how often this is brought to our attention, I still wonder, do we fully grasp the significance of this? So let's talk about it. How did we get here? And what does this all mean? The history of interest rates is actually pretty simple. Rates have been falling for 700 years. Back in the late Middle Ages, the 1300s, interest rates were around 10%. By the Second World War, rates had fallen all the way down to 2%. In 1941, rates began a 40-year ascent, peaking at an all-time high in 1981, and then interest rates reversed direction and began a 40-year descent, reaching an all-time low at our time today. That's it. A 7-century downward trajectory of interest rates, interrupted by 40 years of rising rates and 40 years of lowering rates. Isn't it interesting that many of us have lived through both the highest and the lowest interest rates in all of history? Perhaps we're victims of that ancient Chinese curse, "May you live in interesting times." Seen with historical perspective, this new world of near zero interest rates is actually not all that strange. After all, it's been coming for 700 years. So what does this mean for your financial plans and your investment strategy? One consequence of low interest rates is high cash levels. Governments, corporations, institutions, individuals are piling up record levels of cash. This makes perfect sense. Traditional safe investments like bonds and GICs are offering next to nothing, so investors are choosing the simplicity and convenience of just sitting on cash. Another consequence of low interest rates is high debt levels. Governments, corporations, institutions, individuals are piling up record levels of debt. This too makes perfect sense. The cost of borrowing is so low, people are taking advantage of the bargain. Our son Josh bought a house last year. His mortgage rate is 2%. This is a wonderful time for borrowers. For investors, on the other hand, this is a challenging time. Those seeking investment income face a near impossible situation. For example, a retiree requiring $30,000 annual investment income would have to invest $3 million in an investment paying 1%. Invest $3 million to earn $30,000? For most of us, that's not a practical solution. The financial industry is responding by offering all kinds of investments under the fixed income label. They go by all sorts of names: high-yield corporate debt, collateralized loan obligations, commercial mortgage-backed securities, real estate investment trusts, convertible bonds, preferred stocks, utility stocks. These complex securities are being promoted as safe, income-generating, fixed-income investments. I'm afraid some of them could have low returns, maybe even negative returns. And I expect them to have a higher degree of volatility than we're used to from fixed income investments. What's more, if interest rates rise, which is a possibility, these investments could come under enormous pressure. Many balanced mutual funds and fixed income mutual funds are loaded with these securities. Our concern is that many people do not fully understand what it is they're investing in. Last year, Signature Asset Management wrote in their summer quarterly report, "There are no easy or perfectly safe options available. This is the toughest investment environment in our lifetime, but there are solutions." At Bluestone Financial, we agree there are solutions, good solutions. If cash investments are paying next to nothing and fixed income investments are questionable, then pursuing capital growth by investing in equity mutual funds becomes the alternative to think about. We have always considered this investment strategy to be our strong suit, so thankfully, this is familiar and comfortable work for us. In fact, we're starting to feel like all of life has been a dress rehearsal for this challenging and interesting time. We have never shied away from stating our investing goal. We pursue superior long-term investment results. By that, we mean we want our investments to grow, and we do not want to be careless about risk. We want to invest well, and we want to sleep well. We believe investing for capital growth is still achievable. In our opinion, nothing has changed the global economic growth story. Yes, the world is frightening, messy, even dangerous, but the global economic growth machine continues to chug along. And this economic growth should show up in corporate profits, pushing up share prices on stock exchanges. What about investment risk? This is something we all care about a great deal. We think the best answer can be summed up in one word: quality. Own quality. In times of stress, uncertainty, and even crisis, we think investors holding quality investments are better positioned to get through the storms. Our mutual fund portfolio managers are investing our money in quality corporations with strong growth potential, pursuing growth while being careful about risk. Yes, we can invest well and sleep well. Thank you for listening, and Happy New Year. May we all do well in 2021, even though this is a difficult pandemic time. Very often, it's in the dark times that the most wonderful light shines through. Please call upon us anytime.